Welcome in everyone to Matsu Miners Baseball
here at Herman Brothers Field, as the Matsu Miners will take on the Glacier Pilots for the second time on this day. Miners fell to the Pilots 3-0 in Game 1, as Blake Payton will toe the mound for Game 2 for the Miners to see if the Miners can get a win here at Herman Brothers Field. Miners getting shut out for the second time in the season and second time in a row here at Herman Brothers Field. As they head into today's ball game, the Glacier Pilots have taken a game lead over the Miners for second place. Blake Payton on the mound for the Miners, making his 11th appearance on the season and 5th start for the Miners. Has pitched 26 and a third innings with a 2.50 ERA. As he gets set and ready to go, he'll be facing off against the Glacier Pilots from Anchorage. And their lineup is looking like Dalen Clifton will be batting leadoff for him, and he's in center. George Mendozona is at third. He's batting second. Garrett Spain to follow. He's in right field with Matt Otino in the cleanup spot. He's at short. E.J. Andrews is in left field, and he's batting fifth. Batting sixth is Alex Baeza. He's playing first base. DHing for the Pilots today is Jordan Brandenburg, and he is batting seventh. Daniel Mendez to follow. He's catching today with Malcolm Tipler rounding out the order in the 9 spot, and he is at second. As Blake Payton finishes his practice rounds and gets set and ready to start this ball game off. As the Miners are looking defensively, Blake Payton on the mound for his 5th start on the season. He's throwing to Cody Huff behind the plate, with the Miners infield looking like Aaron Walters at first, Kobe Bulwer at second, Kaden Hogan at short, and Tanner Carlson batting is at third base. The outfield for the Miners is Colin Montez will be in left, Eric Webb in center, and Justin Kirby in right. As Blake Payton will sweep off the mound, get his sign from Huff behind the plate, and the first pitch of this ball game is underway, and it is a outside for ball 1. So Dalen Clifton to lead things off for the Pilots. As he steps in, the first pitch missed outside, the second pitch will miss inside, as Clifton gets ahead early with a 2-0 count. .20 pitch on its way, misses outside for ball 3. As Blake Payton on the season 3-0, as the 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike 1, as he tries to battle back against Dalen Clifton. As the 3-1 pitch will miss low and inside for ball 4. Clifton will lead things off with a walk, and he'll stand off first for the game's first base runner. Bringing up George Mendozona to the plate. Pilots looking to get ahead early in this one. It took 7 innings to score a run in Game 1 on a Matt Otino 2-run home run, with a runner on first. Blake Payton gets set and ready on the mound, looks over at first, and will throw in a called strike 1. Clifton stands at first, Mendozona at the plate, and Garrett Spain will stand on deck. A lefty-on-lefty matchup between Mendozona and Blake Payton. Payton ahead 0-1. Look in, checks his runner. The 0-1 pitch is in there for a called strike 2, and he gets ahead early. As it is celebrating Palmer Day at the ballpark. As Blake Payton checks the runner at first, the 0-1 pitch will miss low, and the count leaving up at 1-1. Celebrating Palmer Day at the ballpark. Fans from all over coming off some festivities already in downtown Palmer was celebrating the city, as well as a fire truck standing in center field with a large American flag draped over. 1-2 pitch on its way, misses outside, and the count leaving up at 2-2. Dalen Clifton stands in at first with an early base runner for the Pilots here in the top of the first inning. As Clifton reached on a leadoff walk, George Mendozona now stands in with no outs and a 2-2 count as Blake Payton will fire over to first and now has Dalen Clifton in a pickle and a throw over to Boulware with an easy tag out for out number 1. So a good job there by Blake Payton to fire over to first and getting Clifton in a rundown and erasing his leadoff walk. So now he stands in with nobody on, 1 out with George Mendozona at the plate. 2-2 count with the pitch on its way. And he checked his swing. Third base umpire says he did not go around and the count will go full. Herman Brothers Field thought he did go around, but third base umpire says otherwise. As the payoff pitch on its way will hit Mendozona, and Mendozona will take first. So now runner at first, 1 out. Bringing up Garrett Spain. So back-to-back leadoff, back-to-back walks for Blake Payton. And Brandon, what are you seeing out of him so far in this ball game?
Well, as we've seen this past couple outings, while Payton has been very effective, he has got a bit wild at times. One of the top pitchers in the league in wild pitches. And remember, that start specifically in Kenai where he hit 4 guys and walked 4 more. So when he throws strikes, very effective, but can be a bit wild at times. Needs to hone in his control here as he'll face off against Garrett Spain.
As Spain steps in, first pitch swinging, and that will go foul. So Blake Payton ahead in the count out 0-1 with George Mendozona over at first. 2 walks so far in the inning, but Blake Payton able to erase the leadoff walk on a pickoff attempt that caught Dalen Clifton in a pickle. Payton stands in ready at the belt. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and now has Garrett Spain down the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Miners coming off game 1 with only 3 hits and no runs, as their bats have been very quiet here at Herman Brothers Field. As the 0-2 pitch on its way in there for a called strike 3, and that'll set down Garrett Spain.
Now batting, shortstop number 5, Matt Otino.
First strikeout on the night for Blake Payton. He got Garrett Spain looking at the plate, which will bring up Matt Otino. Otino stands in with a runner at first with 2 outs. Top of the first inning in a scoreless ball game between the Glacier Pilots and the Matsu Miners, as the first offering to Otino will be fouled off down the third base line. And the count. Runner at first, 2 outs with an 0-1 count. Matt Otino stands in the right-handed batter's box. 0-1 pitch on its way, grounded over to Butler at second. Butler will field it, fire over to first in time for out number 3. So the Pilots able to leave 1 on no hits, no runs scored, and no errors. We head to the bottom half of the first inning with a 0-0 ball game. Justin Kirby to lead things off for the Miners here in the bottom half of the first order. The rest of the Miners lineup is looking like Kirby leading off with Colby Bulwer to follow, batting second, and he's at second. Eric Webb is batting third. He's in center field with Aaron Walters in the cleanup spot. He's at first. Cody Huff is behind the plate catching, and he's batting fifth as the first pitch to Kirby will miss for ball one. As Logan Thomason on the mound for the Glacier Pilots. The rest of that Miners lineup is Tanner Carlson batting sixth. He's at third as the 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike one. 1-1 is the count with Tyler Porter batting seventh. He's DHing for the Miners with Kaden Hogan batting eighth. He's at short. And Colin Montez rounding things out in the 9 spot. And he is in right. 1-1 pitch on the way from Polson. That will miss outside for ball two. 2-1 is your count for Justin Kirby at the plate. As Kirby gets settled in the right-handed batter's box, righty on righty matchup between Polson and Kirby as the 2-1 pitch is fouled straight back in to Daniel Mendez, and that
right off the mask too, as the home plate umpire quickly asking if he's okay. They're looking over towards the dugout. I don't think they're gonna bring the trainer out here. The home plate umpire just doing what he should there, looking out for the catcher, making sure he's okay. Catcher, never a fun position, never played it during my playing days, and wouldn't want to. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'd be a rough situation there, so close to the action, and really nothing you can do in that situation as the 2-2 pitch fouled down the first base line, and the count will remain 2-2. The Pilots lineup in the field is looking like Logan Thomason will be pitching for the Pilots. He's throwing to Daniel Mendez behind the plate. As Polson ready with the 2-2 pitch to Kirby, as that will miss outside for ball three. Infield for the Pilots, Alex Baez is at first. Malcolm Tipler at second, Matt Otino is at short, and George Mendezana is at third. The outfield with E.J. Andrews in left, and the payoff pitch on its way is in there for a called strike three. Got Kirby looking to put Kirby down on strikes, which will bring up Colby Bulwer. And the rest of the Pilots' defensive lineup is looking like Dalen Clifton is in center, and Garrett Spain is in right field. So Polson 1 up, 1 down. Can't get better than that with a strikeout looking to get his game underway. Colby Bulwer now stands in. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. As Polson ready with the 0-1 pitch, that will miss outside for ball two. One ball, one strike, one out here in the bottom half of the first inning. The 1-1 pitch will miss outside, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Bulwer batting leadoff in the last game will now bat second in this game. Justin Kirby batting in the leadoff spot, as the 2-1 pitch fouled into the catcher's glove, and the count leaving up at 2-2. As Miners struggling at the plate here at Herman Brothers Field. Back-to-back games shut out, as the 2-2 pitch on its way fouled down the first base line, out of play. 2-2 is your count. Last time they were shut out here was against the Bucks on July 22nd. They lost to the Bucks 1-0. And then their next trip back to Herman Brothers Field was today, where they lost to the Pilots in game 1 of this 2-set series, and they lost that one 3-0. 2-2 pitch fouled out of play, and the count will remain 2-2 to Colby Bulwer at the plate. A lot of deep counts here for Logan Thomason, as that 2-2 pitch is grounded over to second. Malcolm Tipler feels it, unable to field it at first. The throw to first not in time, as Colby Bulwer is in on the error by Malcolm Tipler. So mark that down as an E4, as the routine ground ball to Tipler was misplayed, giving Colby Bulwer first base. So Bulwer stands in at first with 1 out, bringing up Eric Webb to the plate. And Bulwer, always a threat to steal First pitch to Webb misses inside for ball 1. In that first game, Butler was caught stealing for the second time on the season. As Polson will throw over to first to keep Butler honest. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out with the man on first with Eric Webb at the plate. Aaron Walters stands in on deck. As the 1-0 pitch on its way. Butler stealing the throw down to second. Way to the right of Malcolm Tipler. As that will go to the outfield, but Butler holding up at second. So he'll steal second easily. And now stands in scoring position. As that pitch was in there for a strike. So the count will even up at 1-1. As Polson will throw the ball in and exchange the ball. A light drizzle right now, but for game 1 primarily, it was coming down at a good rate. So it's definitely lightened up here at Herman Brothers Field, but it's still raining. 1-1 pitch from Polson on its way, fouled straight back into the fence, and the count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out with a man on second. Miners trying to strike first in this one. Back-to-back games where they have had a runner in scoring position in the bottom half of the first inning. Polson stands in the 1-2 pitch. Foul tip straight into the catcher's glove for strike 3. So Webb down on strikes. Second strikeout on the day for Polson. And he'll bring up to the plate Aaron Walters.
Aaron Walters.
1 man on second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Colby Butler got on an error. He now stands in at second. Aaron Walters now at the plate with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Butler dancing over at second. The first pitch to Walters misses outside for ball 1. Cody Huff stands in on deck if it were to come to him. As Walters gets set and ready in the left-handed batter's box. Righty on lefty matchup as the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. And Butler having to dance back to second as Mendez behind the plate pump faked the throw to second to try to get Butler. Butler stands in at second. 1-1 count to Aaron Walters. Polson ready, the 1-1 pitch. Foul tipped into Mendez's glove, and the count moves in Polson's favor at 1-2. So Pilots trying to get themselves out of a situation with Butler at second threatening to score. Aaron Walters stands in at the plate, down the count 1-2. Logan Polson standing on the mound. The 1-2 pitch will miss outside for ball 2, and the count will even up. 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. As Aaron Walters stands in. Polson gets set and ready at the belt on the mound. The 2-2 offering. Grounded down the first base line, just foul, as the count will remain 2-2. Miners have been held scoreless here at Herman Brothers Field in 16 straight innings, as they are trying to break that streak here early on in this one in the bottom half of the first inning. Butler stands in at second. Aaron Walters stands in at the plate. Logan Polson gets set and ready on the mound. Looks over the 2-2 offering. Off-speed pitch misses inside for ball 3, and the count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. As Polson's trying to get himself out of this one. Aaron Walters stands in, ready with the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Logan Polson to get himself out of an inning. Miners will leave a runner on second. He got there by an error. And no hits and no runs scored as we head to the top of the second. We are scoreless here at Herman Brothers Field. Blake Payton getting set and ready on the mound to start off this top of the second inning. 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Pilots due up with E.J. Andrews to lead things off. Payton ready with the first pitch, and that swung on and missed for strike one. As Blake Payton gets ahead in the count, 0-1. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back to the backstop, and Payton gets ahead early, 0-2.
Get those door prize red tickets at the merchandise shack today.
Andrews, Alex Baeza, and Jordan Brandenburg due up as the 0-1 pitch will miss for ball one. 1-2 is the count. No outs. Here in the top of the second inning, scoreless ball game here at Herman Brothers Field as the 1-2 pitch will miss outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miners getting the game's third base runner in the bottom half of the first inning and reached him over to second, but unable to do anything with it as we're scoreless through 1. Full count now to E.J. Andrews as he steps in, and the payoff pitch from Payton on its way will miss low for ball 4. Third free pass given by Blake Payton on the game as Alex Baeza stands in with a runner on first. Back-to-back innings where the leadoff man was given a walk. Baeza stands in now. Man on first, no outs. University of Arizona Southpaw Blake Payton on the mound for the Miners in tonight's ball game. As the first pitch to Baeza will miss for ball 1. So after getting ahead in the count, 0-2 to E.J. Andrews, Blake Payton has thrown 5 straight balls. As Payton stands in, the 1-0 pitch will miss outside for ball 2. Payton gets set and ready again on the mound. As he looks over the man on first, the 2-0 pitch grounded down the first base line, but just foul. The count moves to 2-1. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. If your car needs a new taillight or just any nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're located in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Payton gets set and ready on the mound with a 2-1 pitch he'll throw over to first to keep Andrews honest. Andrews able to get back in time, and Blake Payton will toe the mound for the 2-1 pitch to Baeza. Payton checks the runner. The 2-1 pitch grounded over to first, but that'll get past Walters. That Bowler able to field it, the throw to first, not in time though, as Baeza will reach on an infield single.
No batting. DH number
So
28,
perfectly
Brandenburg.
placed ground ball in between first and second, as Walters not able to field it, but Bowler able to hustle over to field it, and the throw to first not in time as Baeza was able to beat it out, as the Pilots are threatening here in the second with runners on first and second. Baeza stands in at first, E.J. Andrews at second. Jordan Brandenburg, the designated hitter tonight for the Pilots, stands in at the plate, as the first pitch swung on and missed for strike one. Miners infield first and third baseman are playing in on the grass. Second and short and double play depth, as Blake Payton ahead in the count now to Brandenburg, 0-1. 0-1 pitch on its way, misses outside for ball one. The count leaving up at 1-1. First hit on the night's ball game was from Alex Baeza just then. E.J. Andrews stands in at second now. Payton with the 1-1 pitch. That's fouled up right behind us at the press box, and the count moved to 1-2 strikes. That foul ball brought to you by the Palmer Bar. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends in the Alaskan sunshine. Located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat and take in the sights. As Payton stands in now with a 1-1 count to Jordan Brandenburg. Andrews gets his lead off of second. Baeza gets his lead off of first, as Payton will step off the mound and reapply himself as he gets set and ready with the 1-1 pitch. Checks the man at second. The 1-1 pitch will miss outside in the dirt for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Runners at first and second for the Glacier Pilots, as Payton looking to get himself out of this one. 2-2 pitch on its way, grounded down the third baseline, foul. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes, as the Miners fall in game 1 of this ball game. And then on Sunday, they'll have another doubleheader here at Herman Brothers Field against the Glacier Pilots. That's all starting at 2 p.m. As Payton setting ready on the mound, the 2-2 pitch crushed into center field. Eric Webb retreating back. It goes, and that will drop as Webb will field it. The throw to Colby Bowler. Then the 3-lay to home, not in time, as E.J. Andrews will score. Baeza moves to third, and Jordan Brandenburg in with the double. Pilots strike first in this one as they get ahead early, 1-0. They are still threatening now with runners at second and third with no outs.
Now batting, catcher number 7, Daniel Mendez.
Mendez now stands at the plate, as Daniel Mendez, right-handed hitter, will get set and ready with 2 runners in scoring position. As the first pitch to him misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 is the count. That ball crushed from Brandenburg into straightaway center. Eric Webb ran as fast as he could, but unable to make that catch, as the 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike one. The count leaving up at 1-1. Malcolm Tipler stands in on deck with no outs and runners at second and third. Blake Payton ready with the 1-1. That ball's in there for a called strike two, as that ball is perfectly placed on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Blake Payton gets his sign. The 1-2 pitch on its way and will miss in the dirt inside, and the count leaving up at 2-2. It took 7 innings in the last ball game to score the game's first run, only taking 2 in this one. 2-2 pitch on its way, swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout on the day for Blake Payton to get the first out of this inning.
Now batting, second baseman number 8, Malcolm Tipler.
Malcolm Tipler will now stand in. 1 out with 2 on. Lefty on lefty matchup between Blake Payton and Malcolm Tipler. Infield playing in. First pitch in there for a called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike and 1 out. All the infield for the Miners are on the grass as the second pitch is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Top of the lineup on deck for the Pilots, Dalen Clifton. I'll stand in as the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. So back-to-back swinging strikeouts for Blake Payton to give himself 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
And how about that recovery from Payton? A walk and 2 hits to start the inning. Really working himself out of a jam here. Still has 1 out to go, but these last 2 strikeouts were big. Big response by the left-hander Payton. We'll see if he can get the 3rd straight out here.
2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs here in the top of the second as the first pitch to Dalen Clifton will be inside for ball 1. Clifton, in his first plate appearance, walked to lead the game off. He was later caught stealing as the 1-0 pitch gets away from Cody Huff, and Baeza will score from third. Brandenburg will move himself to third, and the game is now 2-0 in favor of the Glacier Pilots. One on, 2 outs, as Dalen Clifton trying to bring home the 3rd run of the inning. 2-0 pitch misses outside for ball 3. Jordan Brandenburg stands in at third. He reached on a double that brought in the game's first run. The 3-0 pitch on its way in there for a called strike 1, hitting the inside part of the plate to move the count to a hitter's count to Clifton at 3-1. 3-1 offering from Payton on the way misses inside for ball 4, and Clifton will take first. So in 2 plate appearances for Dalen Clifton, he has walked in both of those, as that is the 4th free pass given for Blake Payton, as head coach Tyler LeBrun will come out to have a word with Blake Payton.
Well, nobody warming up for the Miners in the right field bullpen, so LeBrun just having a conversation here with Payton, trying to calm his nerves here as he's allowed 2 runs here in the second inning. 1st and 3rd now, 2 down, looking to hold the damage to just 2 here as George Mendozona will stand in for the Pilots.
Mendozona stands in, runners at the corners for the Pilots. They have scored 2 in this inning, and they're threatening for possibly 3 or 4. Mendozona stands in at the plate with a runner in scoring position. His first plate appearance, he was hit by a pitch on a full count. Dalen Clifton stands in at first, Jordan Brandenburg at third. As Payton ready with the first pitch, he'll fire over to first, and they'll call a balk on that. So Brandenburg will come in from third to score on the balk. Clifton will move up a base as the Pilots take a 3-0 lead. So the balk extends the Pilots' lead to 3-0. As Mendozona now stands in with a runner at second. Payton ready with the first pitch, and that will get behind Cody Huff. As Clifton will move up another 90 feet on the wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. Blake Payton on the mound. 3-0 ball game in favor of the Pilots. As the 1-0 pitch on its way, fouled straight back, and the count leaving at 1-1. Garrett Spain stands in on deck as Payton trying to work his way out of this one. 1-1 pitch on its way, hits the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Payton now 1 strike away from getting himself out of trouble. 1-2 pitch on its way. Just missed on that outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with a runner on third here in the top of the second. 3 runs have already come across for the Pilots as the Miners are trailing 3-0. As the 2-2 pitch popped up into center field, Eric Webb under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Glacier Pilots don't go down easy in the top of the second inning. 3 runs scored on 2 hits. 1 runner left on and no errors as we head to the bottom of the second. Pilots lead 3-0. Cody Huff to get things started here in the bottom half of the second inning as the first pitch to him misses low for ball 1. Pilots get ahead early in this one, scoring 3 in the top of the second inning as the 1-0 pitch will miss outside for ball 2. Huff gets ahead in the count early 2-0 with Tanner Carlson on deck and Tyler Porter in the hole, all due up in this inning. 2-0 pitch on its way from Polson as that will miss in the dirt for ball 3. So 3 straight balls to start the inning for Logan Polson as the Miners are trying to fight their way back into this one. 3-0 pitch on its way. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. And the count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 pitch fouled out of play. Cody Huff swinging hard, so hard that his helmet fell off on that pitch. So the count will go full on the foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs as Polson kicks and deals the 3-2, and that will be a line drive into right down the first base line. Cody Huff will hold himself over at first, but a good line drive right down the first base line to put him on first. Leadoff single by Cody Huff to get the game's first hit for the Miners. As Tanner Carlson now stands in. 1 man on, no outs. A 3-0 ball game. Pilots have 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Miners no runs on 1 hit and no errors. Huff gets his lead off of first. Carlson ready with the first pitch, swung on and missed on a good off-speed pitch by Logan Polson. Huff gets his lead. Carlson stands in at the plate down 0-1. Polson fires over to first, not in time as Huff gets back safely. Paulson gets set and ready on the mound. Looks in and fires the 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So starts this at bat with 2 straight swinging strikes to get Carlson down 0-2. Huff gets his lead. Carlson trying to move him over. Huff has to slide back into first again on the pickoff attempt. He gets back safely. Third base coach David Dennis and first base coach Jeff Erlab hoping to move some runners around here as the 0-2 pitch will miss inside for ball 1. 1-2 is the count, no outs here at Herman Brothers Field on this doubleheader. Pioneers peak out in left field trying to show itself. You see a good bit of it as the 1-2 pitch popped up into center field. Dalen Clifton will retreat and make the catch for out number 1. Tyler Porter now will come up and take his swings as the designated hitter for the Miners stands in to try and get some runs across for the Miners. 1 out, 1 runner on for the Matsu Miners as Polson will fire over to first and Huff will get back safely. Porter stands in, the designated hitter tonight for the Matsu Miners. First pitch to him. Checked his swing, doesn't matter. Anyways, as that's in there for a called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch will miss inside for ball 1. The count will even up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out with man on first. As Tyler Porter stands in with Kaden Hogan on deck. Cody Huff gets his lead off of first. The 1-1 pitch. Line down the third base line, but that will go foul. As that will bounce up against the Pilots bullpen. And the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As it appears the rain has stopped for the most part. For all of game 1, it was coming down at a good rate. Start of this game, lightly drizzling, and right now, pretty much nothing to a drizzle. As the 1-2 pitch fouled out of play, and the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good job by the Miners to get their field ready, as an hour before the game, up into 15 minutes before the game, they are working hard to keep it as dry as possible and getting it in its best condition before game 1. 1-2 pitch on its way. Grounder right back to the pitcher. He'll throw over to second for 1. The throw to first not in time as they're able to get the lead runner. But Porter will stand in at first on the fielder's choice.
Now batting, your shortstop, number 10.
Tyler Porter stands in at first with Kaden Hogan coming up to the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Pilots lead the Miners 3-0. All 3 of those runs coming in the top of the 2nd inning. As the Miners are trying to creep back on the Pilots and try to get back into this ball game. Porter gets his lead. Polson stands in ready on the mound. First pitch in there for a called strike 1, right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike to Kaden Hogan. Hogan in the 8th spot in this game with Colin Montez on deck. Throw over to first to keep Porter as close to the bag as possible. Will not be in time as Porter gets back safely. 0-1 pitch on its way, grounded over to third. Jordan Mendozano makes the play, throw to first in time for out number 3. So the Miners will get 1 hit, 1 runner left on, and no runs scored on no errors. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. Pilots 3, Miners 0. I'm throwing it over to Brandon Monty for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning.
Spain leads things off in the top half of the 3rd inning for the Pilots as he fouls a first pitch fastball from Blake Payton straight back for strike 1. Payton out for his 3rd inning of work as the 0-1 pitch on the way. A breaking ball popped in the air, foul down the left field line, out of play as the count now 0-2. Score here in the top of the 3rd. The Pilots in control, leading the Miners 3-0 in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Spain digs in. Payton from the windup deals 0-2. Fastball in there on the outside corner. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He sets Spain down on 3 straight pitches for the first out of the top of the 3rd. 4 strikeouts now for the left-hander Blake Payton. That'll bring up the number 4 hitter Matt Otino, playing shortstop for the 2nd straight game. Left the yard in Game 1. First pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Good block by Huff. The count 1-0. With that homer, Otino now leads the Pilots with 4 round trippers as he awaits the 1-0 pitch. Popped high in the air towards second base. Kobe Boulware calls off Aaron Walters, makes the catch, and there are 2 down. Just 5 pitches from Blake Payton to set down the first 2 men of the inning as he sets down the 3-4 hitters of the Pilot lineup, and now the number 5 hitter, E.J. Andrews, steps in. Andrews, a .246 hitter entering this ball game. 0 for 0 on the day, walked his first time around in the 2nd and later scored. First pitch to him, fastball just above the letters for ball 1. Andrews currently working on a 7-game hit streak. As a 1-0 pitch on the way, a fastball that misses outside. 2-0 now the count. Payton, the Santee, California native, working quickly as the 2-0 pitch is on the way. It's a fastball at the knees. Don't think Andrews agreed with that one, but regardless, the count now 2-1. Payton takes a deep breath. Goes into his windup, the 2-1, runs inside and plunks Andrews on the left arm. Second batter that Blake Payton has hit this afternoon. The 6th free pass he's allowed between 4 walks and 2 hit-by pitches. There is a right-hander getting loose in the Miners' bullpen down the right field line. It appears to be number 27, Jack White. As for the Pilots, there's now a man on first. 2 down, and the batter is Alex Beza. Beza, .227 hitter, standing in, batting 6th here in Game 2, playing first base. Lefty on lefty matchup, first pitch. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. As we can see by both the big and small American flags blowing out past the center field fence. There is a bit of a breeze now on what's been a cool and overcast afternoon in Palmer. 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there on the outside corner as Payton resorting to the sidestep motion, as the count now even 1-1. Slide step used to try to control runners on base. Andrews 8 for 14 on the year. We'll see if he goes. 1-1 pitch on the way. Another fastball. Just misses, says the home plate umpire. It's 2-1. Beza digs back in, a native of South Jordan, Utah, by way of Hawaii Manoa. Andrews on first. Gets his lead about 3 steps. Payton gives him a look and now throws over to first base. Andrews back in standing. 3-0 our score. Pilots lead the Miners, top of the 3rd inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Miners. Payton comes set at the belt. Checks the runner at first. Gives him another look. And now throws over to first, and Andrews is caught in a rundown. Walters throws over to Hogan. Hogan chasing after Andrews and tags him out for the 3rd out of the inning. And now the first base coach for the Pilots arguing that that pickoff play was a balk, as Jeff Pritchard trying to plead his case. As his conversation with the first base umpire is concise, the call stands and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no men left on base for the Pilots in the top of the 3rd. Miners coming back up with the score. The Pilots 3, the Miners nothing, entering the bottom of the 3rd.
Miners here in the bottom of the 3rd. Your left fielder, number 29, Colin Montez.
Colin Montez will lead things off for the Miners in the bottom half of the 3rd. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube Live. Logan Poulsen back out on the hill for the Pilots. Goes into his windup. First pitch to Montez on the way. A fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1. Defensive change for the Pilots as well. There's a new catcher. Jackson O'Boy is subbed into the game for Daniel Mendez as the 0-1 pitch to Montez, a breaking ball that misses inside and low, 1-1. Mendez took a line drive fastball right off the mask earlier in the game as the 1-1 pitch is lined to second, and that'll skip into the outfield for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for the Miners, and the first on the day for Colin Montez. He's now 1 for 1, and the Miners have their leadoff man aboard for the second inning in a row, as that will bring us back to the top of the order with Justin Kirby. Kirby on a 4-game hit streak, 4 for 13 during that span, stands in batting leadoff in Game 2, as Tyler LeBrun making some adjustments to the lineup from Game 1 to 2, trying to ignite the offense. Montez gets his lead from first. First pitch to Kirby. Breaking ball, too low, 1-0. This is the first start of the year for Logan Poulsen by way of Huntington Beach, California and Hawaii. A 6'2", 242-pound righty. Just finished his junior year at Hawaii as the 1-0 pitch is popped in the air, foul ground, down the right field line, and that one will get out of play. So the count now even at 1-1. Kirby stands back in, 1 for 2 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Struck out looking his first time around. Poulsen, the 6'2" right-hander, working from the stretch. Comes set at the letters. 1-1 pitch. Fastball runs inside, 2-1. Entering this game, Poulsen 1-0 on the year, 1.12 earned run average in 8 innings of work, one of the newer additions to this pilot pitching staff. This is his 4th appearance on the year, first start. As the 2-1 pitch is popped foul over the press box, out of play, it's 2-2. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered. If a foul ball does damage to your car, visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Poulsen now throwing over to first. Montez is back in safely standing. With the count 2-2, Montez at first, nobody down here in the bottom of the third. Poulsen comes set, working from the middle of the rubber. Deals 2-2. It's a ground ball to third. Mendozona fires to second, and no, it's a throw in the dirt. Tipler unable to corral it, and that's the second error of the ball game for the Pilots. Mendozona fielded the ball cleanly, but he short-armed the throw as it bounced in front of Tipler, and he was unable to pick it. So the first 2 men of the inning have reached base for the Miners, 1 on a single, 1 on an error. It's first and second, nobody down for Kobe Boulware. The Pilots entered today the best fielding team in the ABL by percentage, but 2 defensive mishaps here in this ballgame thus far, as we'll see if the Miners can take advantage. First pitch, fastball misses outside to Boulware. It's 1-0. Boulware struggling at the dish, just 1 for 17 over his last 5 games. Reached on an error to second base his first time around. 1-0. Line to right field, that's a base hit. It drops in front of Garrett Spain. They'll throw to the plate. It's cut off by first baseman Alex Beza. Station to station base running. As everyone moves up 90 feet, the bases are juiced, nobody down, and that brings up Eric Webb. Webb currently second in the ABL with 45 hits. He struck out swinging his first time around. And the Pilots familiar with Webb here at this ballpark with bases loaded. Earlier in the season, Webb hit a walk-off grand slam here in Palmer against the Pilots back in early June. Webby stands into the right-handed batter's box. Bases loaded, nobody out. Poulsen now working from the windup. First pitch. Breaking ball, check swing. They appeal down to first. First base umpire says no swing. It's 1-0. Webb 1 for 2 in game 1 of this doubleheader. Awaits the 1-0. It's popped in the air, in foul ground down the first base line. Beza gives chase, but this one will go out of play, and the count's now 1-1. Eric Webb, second in the ABL in RBIs with 29 of them, has a grand opportunity here to add to that total. 1-1. Popped in the air again in foul ground. This one will stay in play, however. Beza underneath it in foul ground makes the catch for out number 1. Beza collected that ball just to the right of the first baseline, and a big out number 1 for Polson, as that will bring up Aaron Walters.
Now batting, your first baseman, number 15, Aaron Walters.
Walters stands in the left-handed batter's box. Like Webb, struck out swinging his first time around. First pitch. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. The Miners have been shut out in each of their last 2 home games. Looking to end that trend here. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-0. Fastball again misses upstairs. It's 2-0. Walters a .213 hitter. 18 RBIs on the year for the Kerrville, Texas native. 2-0. Fastball in there at the knees, called strike 1. So far in this inning, 2 hits for the Miners, as well as an error. As the 2-1 pitch on the way, grounded over to first. It's collected by Beza. Beza thought about throwing to second, instead taps the bag at first, and in the meanwhile, Colin Montez comes home to score, and the Miners are on the board. It's 3-1. Miners end their scoreless streak on the ground ball out. It went right to the first baseman, Beza. He hesitated, thought about going to second to try to get 2, but instead just touched the bag at first. So chalk it up as an RBI ground out for Walters. That's his 19th RBI on the year, as that brings up Cody Huff. Huff got the first game off, singled his first time around. First pitch, fastball runs inside and nearly gets Huff for ball 1. 3-1 now the score, bottom of the 3rd. Pilots in control. Second and third for the Miners, 2 down. 1-0 to Huff on the way. Fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Huff just 1 for 12 over his last 3 games. But already a hit in this one, as the 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball, misses low for ball 2. That was just the second run allowed this year by Logan Polson. As he goes into his windup, the 2-1 pitch, fastball upstairs. Hitters count now 3-1. Opponents hitting just 154 against Polson coming in. 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. 3-1 pitch on the way, misses low for ball 4. 5-pitch walk for Cody Huff. That's his 18th free pass on the year, and the bases are once again loaded for the second time this inning for the Miners, as that brings up Tanner Carlson. It was also the first walk of the afternoon for Polson. He'll have to work his way out of a jam. Miners looking to add on. First pitch to Carlson, fastball waved at and missed for strike 1. Carlson flew out to center in the second, went 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball in there on the inside corner, and Carlson's quickly down in the count, 0-2. Carlson, a 198 hitter entering this second game of the doubleheader. 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball waved at and missed for strike 3. So Polson picks up his 4th strikeout. Carlson is set down, and the side is retired. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 3 men left on base for the Miners in the bottom of the 3rd. We're through 3. Here at Herman Brothers Field, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots lead the Mat-Su Miners 3-1. Miners pick up their first run of the ball game in the bottom of the third, but still trail the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 3-1 going into the top of the fourth. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners Baseball on YouTube Live. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Pilots in the top of the fourth. It'll start off with Alex Baeza. Blake Payton back on the mound for the Miners. As the left-hander goes into his motion, first pitch on the way, runs inside for ball one. Pilots, the hottest team in the ABL, winners of 9 of their last 10, as the 1-0 pitch to Baeza misses low, 2-0. After their Game 1 victory, Anchorage now in sole possession of second place at 23-16. The Miners a game back at 22-17. The top two teams are in home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs, as the 2-0 pitch, fastball, paints the outside corner for a called strike one. These two teams will meet again for another doubleheader in 2 days, as the 2-1 pitch, another fastball, same spot right there on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Payton working quickly, 2-2 pitch on the way, breaking ball waved at and missed for strike three. Fifth strikeout of the afternoon for Blake Payton, who has settled in these last 2 innings, set down the Pilots 1-2-3 in the third, and starts off the fourth with a strikeout, as that'll bring up Jordan Brandenburg. Brandenburg doubled in 2 runs his first time around. First pitch to him, waved at and missed on a pitch in the dirt that skips to the backstop, 0-1. Payton starting to settle down and find his groove on the mound here in the last 2 innings. Deals 0-1. Another fastball swung on and missed by Brandenburg. It's 0-2. With that last double, Brandenburg now has 2 on the year, as well as 11 RBIs. 0-2. Fastball upstairs for ball one. Payton third in the ABL in batting average against coming into this one at just .133. 1-2 pitch, popped foul over the press box, out of play. Count remains 1-2. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, with locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. You're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. 1-2. Another fastball that misses upstairs. Count evens at 2-2. Nobody warming up in the Miners bullpen down the right field line. As the 2-2 pitch now on the way, misses low and inside. The count is run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jordan Brandenburg, with Jackson O'Boy waiting in the on-deck circle. Cool afternoon here in Palmer. Temperature sitting at 62 degrees with a slight gust of wind out towards center. As the 3-2 pitch is on the way, it misses low for ball 4. Brandenburg draws the walk, the 4th walk of the night for Blake Payton. And that's the second time Brandenburg has reached base, as that brings up Jackson O'Boy, the catcher.
Now batting, catcher number 23, Jackson O'Boy.
Jackson O'Boy stands in, .318 hitter, 4 runs, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 walks on the year for the catcher from Santa Cruz, California, by way of UC Davis. Runner at first base, 1 out. Payton comes set, first pitch. In the dirt, it gets away from Huff to the backstop. Brandenburg gets to second base on the wild pitch. As we see Payton aggressively adjusting the mound here, as it's been giving him some trouble throughout the afternoon, as he's now down in the count 1-0 to Jackson O'Boy, with Jordan Brandenburg now standing in scoring position on second base. 3-1 Pilots, top of the fourth. Runner at second, 1 out, 1-0 count to Jackson O'Boy. His first at-bat of the afternoon, taking the place of catcher Daniel Mendez. 1-0. Fastball in there at the knees. O'Boy didn't like that call, as he stepped out of the box in disgust, as the count is now 1-1. 11th appearance of the year for Payton, 5th start. Looking to get out of some trouble here in the 4th. Checks the runner at second. 1-1 pitch, misses upstairs, 2-1. Miners currently on their first 4-game losing streak of the season. Looking to snap that trend here and split the doubleheader with the Pilots and even themselves back up at second place. Payton comes set. Gives 2 looks to Brandenburg at second. 2-1 pitch on the way. Sliced foul to the right side off the backstop. It's 2-2. Other action in the ABL. The Bucks defeating the Oilers 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. That one being played out in Kenai. If the Bucks win, they secure the first place spot in the ABL for the season. 2-2 pitch. Sliced foul to the right side. This one out of play down the right field line. So the count remains 2-2. That foul ball brought to you by the Palmer Golf Course. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Herman Brothers Field. Jack White once again getting loose for the Miners in the right field bullpen. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball, high and outside, 3-2. Big pitch here for Payton. We'll see how much longer Tyler LeBrun gives him, as it could be very well dependent on this pitch. O'Boy digs back in. Count now full, 3-2. Runner at second base, 1 out. Payton comes set. Payoff pitch on the way. Misses in the dirt for ball 4. 5th walk of the afternoon for Blake Payton. Time is called. The catcher Cody Huff heads to the mound to have a word with his pitcher. And now pitching coach Jeff Erlab has emerged from the Miners' dugout on the first base side. As with Jack White getting loose, Erlab could perhaps be buying some time for his bullpen. Nick, what do you think? What do you think is the message for pitching coach Jeff Erlab here to Blake Payton on the hill?
Most likely just to don't be afraid to attack Tipler. Miners are looking to get out of this one. Try to get him to ground out here. Tipler is pretty fast, so it would take a direct ball to one of the second or third base bags to get that double play. But attack Tipler. He's 0 for 1 on the day with the strikeout. Don't be afraid to pound the strike zone and really start pitching some more of your fastball stuff that's been really working for you in this ball game. And where you've seen a lot of success, where a lot of pitchers do see success, is first pitch strikes. And in these past couple batters, hasn't been able to get first pitch strikes, and it's really been costly to him just giving up these walks. So attack Tipler hard and, see what happens.
Just 2 hits on the afternoon in Game 2 for the Pilots as opposed to 5 walks. Payton struggling with his control here in these first 4 innings. First and second, 1 out. The batter, Malcolm Tipler. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch to Tipler, fastball high and inside, 1-0. Middle infield, shortstop Kaden Hogan and second baseman Kobe Boulware playing in double play def as they both are shifted closer to the bag at second. Carlson playing even with the bag at third. 1-0 pitch is lined, soft liner into left field. Hogan running after it, makes the diving catch, and now throws over to second base, and they will tag second base for the double play as Brandenburg took off. No hesitation on the liner, and the Miners will take it. It's a double play to end the top of the 4th, and Payton works his way out of trouble. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base for the Pilots in the top of the 4th. We're going to the bottom half. Miners coming up to bat. The score, the Pilots 3, the Miners 1. Tyler Porter stands in for the Miners. The 7-8-9 coming up for the Miners in the bottom half of the fourth. First pitch to Porter on the way is a line drive into center field, and that'll drop for a base hit. First batter reaches here in the bottom of the fourth on a line drive single, and that's going to bring up Kaden Hogan.
Now batting, your shortstop, number 10, Kaden Hogan.
Hogan stands in, a right-handed hitter against Polson. That's the third base hit of the evening, fourth, for the Miners. As Porter reaches base, he now has a hit in 6 of his last 7 games. Hogan stands in, Polson throws over to first, and Porter is back in as his teammate at Long Beach State, Kaden Hogan, digs into the right-handed batter's box. Polson stands in, first pitch to Hogan, waved at him, missed for strike 1. And Nick, Kaden Hogan told me that Long Beach State, their baseball team is called the Dirtbags as opposed to every other sports team being called the 49ers. Because back in the day, at the start of their program, as the 0-1 pitch misses low and outside, it was first adopted in 1989 after they would practice at local all-dirt fields, and it refers to their rigorous style of play, kind of that blue-collar style on the all-dirt field. So a little history there for Long Beach State as Hogan lines one into right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit.
Good hit there by the dirtbag.
That's right. Both dirtbags, right?
Yeah.
As both Long Beach State players reach base, back-to-back singles to start the bottom of the fourth. First and second now for the Miners. Nobody down, and Colin Montez will dig in. Montez stands in 1 for 1. He's singled in the third inning. He'll get another at-bat here in the fourth. The left-handed hitting Montez digs in. First pitch to him is lined to right field. Spain is retreating. It gets over his head and hits off the wall. Porter is rounding third. He's getting waved home by David Dennis. He will score. It's an RBI double for Colin Montez as he celebrates at second base, and the Miners have cut the deficit to 1. It's 3-2. So the 7-8-9 of the Miners order, red hot in the fourth. Back-to-back singles to start the inning, and Montez brings home Porter with a double. It's second and third now, nobody down for Justin Kirby. For Montez, that was his 4th double on the year, now has 5 RBIs on the season. First pitch to Kirby, breaking ball high and outside, 1-0. As Nick, we're starting to see the bats come alive here for the Miners in these last 2 innings. As the 1-0 to Kirby on the way is popped high in the air, in foul ground down the right field line, and this one will get out of play. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And it's so good to see, too, because here at Herman Brothers Field, past 2 games shut out, not a lot of hits for the Miners, and now this inning just skinned 3 straight hits. It's good to see that the Miners are finally, coming around on this Pilots team.
1-1 pitch is hit in the air out to center. This should be deep enough to score. Hogan. Clifton is charging, makes the catch. The throw to the plate is cut off by first baseman Alex Beza. It's a sacrifice fly for Justin Kirby, and this ball game is tied at 3. In the meantime, Colin Montez advances to third base on the fly ball. Justin Kirby picks up RBI number 20, and Kobe Boulware will stand in with a runner at third base and 1 out. 3-3 ball game. Infield now playing in for the Pilots with every infielder on the grass. First pitch to Boulware, popped foul to the right side, out of play. It's 0-1. Entering this start, Polson had allowed just 1 run on the year. He now has 3 in this ball game. 0-1 pitch on the way to Boulware. Fastball in there on the inside corner, 0-2. Miners threatening to take the lead. Montez at third, 1 out. 0-2 is chopped foul. Good 2-strike approach there by Boulware to fight off the close pitch off the inside corner, and the count remains 0-2. Miners now out hitting the Pilots 6-2. Game tied at 3. 0-2 pitch again on the way. Again, chopped foul, straight back. Boulware continues to fight off some tough pitches as the count remains 0-2. Polson from the windup, the 0-2, once again on the way, is upstairs. As Boulware continues to fight, the count now 1-2. 3 hits in this inning so far for the Miners. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball laid off. Pitch missed low. Good eye by Boulware. Count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped in the air. Foul down the right field line, and this one will get out of play. Count remains 2-2. Boulware singled his last time around in the third. Righty on righty matchup as he stands back in to face Polson. 2-2 is grounded to third. Mendozona fields it cleanly, throws to home, and Montez is tagged out. Montez tried to dive around the tag there as Montez tagged out, and that's the second out of the inning. So interesting play there. Montez didn't slide as much as he tried to dive away from the tag. But regardless, he's tagged out for the second out. Boulware now at first on the fielder's choice, as that'll bring up Eric Webb. So with the infield playing in on that last ground ball, Mendozona able to field it cleanly and throw to home to get the tag out. Boulware now at first. He has 1 stolen base already on the day. And Polson throws over to first. Boulware dives back in safely with a head-first slide. Boulware 13 for 15 on the year in stolen bases. That leads the Miners. He's on the move. Webb pops this one up in foul ground. Oh boy, chasing after it behind the plate, but he'll watch it go foul over the press box, out of play. 0-1 the count. That foul ball brought to you by the Alaska Club. The Miners spend their mornings lifting, running, and staying in shape by visiting the Alaska Club. Visit them in Anchorage, Eagle River, Fairbanks, Juneau, and the Mat-Su Valley. Boulware again gets his lead from first. Webb at the dish. He's 0 for 2. Boulware again on the move as Webb grounds one down the third base line. Diving stop by Mendozona. Throws to first in time. Diving backhand stop by Mendozona. He threw across the diamond to first, and Alex Beza had to stretch way to his left and barely kept his big toe on the bag for out number 3, and the side is retired. But the Miners tie the game. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base for the green and gold in the bottom of the 4th. We're through 4 here at Herman Brothers Field. Miners and Pilots tied at 3. New pitcher for the Miners in the top of the 5th with the score now tied 3-3. It's a right-hander, number 27, Jack White. White making his 13th appearance on the year for the Miners. He's 0-3 with a 6.50 earned run average in 18 innings of work. He'll face the top of the order here for the Pilots in the top of the 5th. Dalen Clifton will lead things off. Righty on righty matchup. White working from the stretch. First pitch to Clifton, fouled straight back off the chain link fence, making up the backstop here at Herman Brothers Field. It's 0-1. Opponents hitting .286 against White this year. 21 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned. As the 0-1 pitch lined back up the middle, it's out of the reach of Kaden Hogan into center for a base hit. Third time today that Dalen Clifton has reached base, walked his first 2 plate appearances, and is now 1 for 1 after that single, as that brings up George Mendozona. Mendozona 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the first and flew out to center field in the second. Gets his 3rd plate appearance here in the 5th. Dalen Clifton reaching base on a leadoff single. Nobody down here, top of the 5th. And White throwing over to first, and a good idea, as Clifton, the ABL's leader in stolen bases, 16 for 18 on this 2019 season. The Albuquerque, New Mexico native White comes set. First pitch to Mendozona. Fastball misses off the outside corner. 1-0. 19 strikeouts on the year for White as opposed to 11 walks. Was the losing pitcher on July 23rd in the 14-inning game against the Pilots. 1-0. Fastball in the dirt, and Huff lost track of it. Clifton's on the move. The throw down to second base is not in time. Much to the dismay of the crowd, Clifton is called safe on a bang-bang play at second. That is stolen base number 17 on the year for Dalen Clifton in 19 tries. The throw beat him to the bag, but the umpire at second base says Clifton slid around it as he extends his lead in the ABL to 17, and stolen bases as this crowd not a fan of that call whatsoever. Runner at second, nobody out. Count 2-0 to Mendozona. The pitch. Fastball waved at him, missed for strike 1. Two won the count to Mendozona. 309 hitter on the season. White from the middle of the rubber deals 2-1. Fastball upstairs. Hitters count now 3-1. White has struggled as of late. 7 runs allowed in his last 4 outings. Trying to right the ship here on the slab as the 3-1 pitch on the way to Mendozona is hit high in the air to right field. Kirby is retreating, still going back, and this one bounces right in front of the wall in right center. Clifton is rounding third, and he will score. Mendozona into second with a double, and the Pilots retake the lead. It's 4-3. George Mendozona just about got all of that baseball as he gave it a ride out to right center field, landing just short of the 345 sign out in right center. Mendozona picks up his 5th double on the year, his 9th RBI, and the Pilots retake the lead in the top of the 5th. It's 4-3. So Mendozona and Clifton trade places. Garrett Spain now batting for the Pilots. First pitch. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Right-hander getting loose in the Miners' bullpen in the right field corner. Jack White stands back on the mound. Comes set with his glove tucked against the jersey. 1-0 pitch on the way. Spain chases a fastball in the outside corner and fouls it off over the press box out of play. The count now 1-1. Garrett Spain, 0 for 2, has struck out looking in both of his at-bats thus far here in Game 2. White gives a couple of looks to Mendozona at second. 1-1 pitch on the way. is a fastball that misses outside, 2-1. Spain, a .260 hitter, 7th in the ABL with 7 doubles. Went 0 for 5 on July 24th against the Miners. He stands back in. Righty on lefty matchup. 2-1. Fastball inside out's a pitch foul over the press box, out of play, so the count now even 2-2. Runner at second base in the form of George Mendozona. Nobody down, 2-2 count to Garrett Spain. Pilots with 1 run and 2 hits thus far in the top of the 5th. They now lead the Miners 4-3. White shakes off one sign from Huff. Now he's got the pitch he likes. 2-2 pitch. Fastball waved at and missed for strike 3. First strikeout for Jack White, and that is the hat trick for Garrett Spain. He now has 3 strikeouts in this ball game. That's 20 strikeouts on the year for White, as that brings up the dangerous Matt Otino. Otino homered in game 1 of the doubleheader. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game with a ground out and a pop out. Righty on righty matchup, first pitch. Breaking ball, misses off the outside corner, 1-0. This is game number 9 of the year between the Miners and the Pilots. They split the first 8 meetings of this season series. 1-0 pitch. Grounded over to short. Hogan charges, collects the ball, throws over to first in time for out number 2. Good response here by White. After allowing the first 2 men of the inning to reach base, he has set down the last 2 hitters he's faced on a strikeout and a ground out. As with a runner at second and 2 down, E.J. Andrews trots into the right-handed batter's box. Andrews, a .246 hitter. 0 for 0 still on the day with a walk and a hit by pitch. Another righty-righty matchup. First pitch. Fastball in there at the knees. Andrews shakes his head in disbelief as it's 0-1. 4-3 ball game in favor of the Pilots. 0-1 count to E.J. Andrews. Mendozona at second. 2 down. White ready the 0-1. Lined foul to the right side, and look out over there in the stands. A hard hit line drive out of play as the count now 0-2. White stands back on the rubber, leans in, and gets his sign from catcher Cody Huff. 0-2. Waved at and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. It's a 3-pitch strikeout for Jack White to end the inning. Side retired. Pilots push one across, though, on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 man on base. Miners coming to bat. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up with the score. The Pilots 4, the Miners 3. New pitcher for the Pilots in the bottom of the 5th as Logan Poulsen's evening is complete. He goes 4 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 4 and walked 1. New pitcher for the Pilots is number 26 by way of Fresno, California, and just a graduate of Fresno High School, left-hander Steven Palermo. Palermo 0-0 on the year with a 0 ERA. Has pitched just 2 innings. This is his 3rd appearance, one of the newer additions of the Pilots roster. Palermo made his first appearance as a Pilot on July 19th. Worked a 1-2-3 inning yesterday against the Chinooks. First pitch to Aaron Walters on the way is hit in the air, out to right center field. Dalen Clifton running over into the gap, makes the catch for a 1-pitch out. As the music's still faintly playing here in the background, if you can hear it, trying to give a little motivation here to these players, I guess. Honestly, I'm a fan of Kenny Loggins, so I personally don't mind it, as I think the music has stopped now. But I don't know about you, Nick. I think Kenny Loggins will motivate me to play some baseball, but hey, I guess everyone has different tastes. As the first pitch to Cody Huff misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that was really faint, but you can definitely hear it. It motivated Aaron Walters' first pitch swinging.
1-0 pitch to Huff, misses upstairs for a ball, 2-0. For Palermo, just 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks. 2-0 to Huff. Fastball in there on the outside corner for strike 1. There's a right-hander getting loose down the left field line for the Pilots. 2-1 pitch on the way to Huff, misses outside, 3-1. Palermo, a 5'8", 195-pound left-hander. Just finished at Fresno High School, deals 3-1, and Huff swinging out of his shoes there as his helmet comes off on the swing and he loses his balance. He fouls it off. The count now full, 3-2. Huff standing in 1 for 1. Singled in the second, walked in the third. Enters today second on the team in average at .274. Awaits the payoff pitch from Palermo. Fastball upstairs for ball 4. First walk for Steven Palermo. Second of the afternoon for Huff. The Miners have a base runner at first, 1 out, and the batter is Tanner Carlson. Carlson 0 for 2. Flew out to center in the second, struck out swinging in the third. Stands back in looking to get a rally going. Palermo from the stretch is ready, and Carlson fouls one straight back off the screen. It's 0-1. Other action in the ABL, the Bucks pulling away from the Oilers in Kenai. It's 10-3 now in the top of the 7th inning. Huff gets his lead from first. Palermo deals 0-1. Slow breaking ball nearly catches the outside corner, but it just misses, 1-1. With a victory, the Bucks would clinch the number 1 spot in the ABL for the regular season, which would also mean home field advantage throughout the playoffs, as the 1-1 pitch to Carlson is fouled to the right side, out of play, and it's 1-2. That foul ball brought to you by the Palmer Golf Course. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Herman Brothers Field. 1-2 pitch on the way. Another breaking ball, fouled straight back again by Carlson. As he's just missing here, trying to time Palermo. Count remains 1-2. Bucks well on their way to being 28-13. A win would put them 4 games ahead of the second-place Pilots, 5 in the Miners, as the 1-2 pitch, a changeup, misses low and outside, 2-2. Meanwhile, the Oilers fighting for their playoff lives. They are currently tied with the Chinooks for 4th place, the final playoff spot in the ABL. As the 2-2 pitch hit in the air down the right field line, Spain running to his left makes the catch as he sticks the glove arm above his head to snag that one for the second out of the inning. and Carlson flying out to right for the first time today. That brings up Tyler Porter.
Designated hitter number 9, Tyler Porter.
Porter stands in. He's been hot at the plate. 2 hits the other night, including an RBI double to left center, 1 hit in game 1, and already has 1 here in game 2. He's 1 for 2 as he lays off a fastball inside 1-0. Porter, a 183 hitter, 6 runs, 8 RBIs, 1 double, 9 walks on the season. Lefty on lefty matchup as Porter hits this one high and deep to right field. Spain is running back, leaps at the wall, but he can't get it. Porter rounding first, heading for second. Huff is rounding third, and he will be stopped at third base by David Dennis. It's a 2-out double for Porter as he continues to stay hot at the plate, and the Miners now have second and third with 2 down.
Now batting, your shortstop number 10.
Second double on the year for Tyler Porter. He keeps the rally going for the Miners in the 5th as Kaden Hogan will look to cash in and potentially drive in a couple of runs here. Hogan 1 for 2, singled and later scored in the 4th. First pitch, runs inside and gets him on the back. So Kaden Hogan hit by a first pitch breaking ball. Bases are now loaded. 2 men out and a coach coming out for the Pilots. Assistant coach Cody Thompson trots to the mound, and he's motioning towards his bullpen. There's a right-hander getting loose, and it looks like there will be a pitching change here for the Pilots.
Colin Montez now coming up. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Single and a double. Coming up to the plate with bases loaded with 2 outs.
Sorry, Colin.
Big opportunity for the Miners to tie this ball game up and then potentially take the lead here. As Colin Montez comes up to the plate, we'll have information on the upcoming pitcher.
We'll tell you who the new pitcher is here when we return from this short break. A right-hander coming in for the Pilots. Bases loaded, 2 outs when we return. New pitcher for the Pilots. He'll come in with the bases loaded and 2 down. It's right-hander Logan Thomason.
Back to the batter's box, your left fielder.
7th appearance on the year for Thomason. He's 1 and 3, 2.89 earned run average in 9 1/3 innings of work. All base runners would be credited to Steven Palermo. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Montez at the dish. First pitch to him. Breaking ball. Misses low for ball 1. Charge chance emerging here at Herman Brothers Field, trying to get behind their Miners. Righty on lefty matchup. 1-0 pitch on the way. Waved at and missed by Montez for strike one. Bases are loaded. Hogan at first, Porter at second, Huff at third. Montez at the plate, 2 down. Miners down 1. Thomason into the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball drops in on the outside corner. A filthy curveball from Thomason as the count now 1-2. Montez digs in. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Thomason takes a deep breath, working deliberately. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, check swing. They appeal and they say strike 3, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 3 men left on base for the Miners in the bottom of the 5th. I'll hand it over to Nick Veland for the 6th and the 7th innings. This has been Brandon Montu, and we come back. Pilots coming to bat. Our score after 5. The Pilots 4, the Miners 3.
Jack White in here in the top of the 6th inning. As he stands in, first 1-1 count to Alex Baeza at the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. As he stands in with a 1-2 count to Jack White on the mound. White in his 2nd inning of relief. As the 1-2 pitch fouled. The count will remain 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Miners leaving bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th as the Pilots lead this one 4-3. 1-2 pitch misses outside, count leaving up at 2-2. Here on celebrating Palmer Day at the ballpark. White gets ready on the mound. The 2-2 pitch will miss outside, and the count will go full to Baeza. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up here in the top of the 6th inning. Pilots lead this one 4-3 on 4 hits and 2 errors to the Miners' 3 runs on 7 hits. and no errors. Payoff pitch from White on the way, fouled straight back, and the count will remain full. Blake Payton started this one off, pitching the first 5 innings. He handed it over to White in the 5th inning, as the payoff pitch again fouled straight back, and the count will remain full to Baeza at the plate. White gets ready on the mound. Gets the sign he wants. Pitch on his way, fouled straight back again.
You might have to charge him for damage to the press box on that one.
5th foul ball from Baeza so far at this at-bat, as Wolfgang having some jokes to Baeza, saying, "You're going to have to pay for some repairs because of that foul ball hitting the press box," as the 3-2 pitch misses outside for ball 4, and Baeza will take first. Leadoff walk gives Baeza first base. Jordan Brandenburg now coming to the plate. As he's 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI double in the 2nd inning. And he later scored in that one as well, and then walked in the 4th. First offering to him runs inside and high, brushing him off the plate, and the count moves to 1 ball and no strikes. Baeza gets his lead off of first. White set and ready on the mound. The 1-0 pitch rocked to left field. Montez will look, and that ball will go foul. That was State Fair. That would have been long gone out of here, and the Pilots would have a 3-run lead. But that ball will drift foul to the left of the foul pole, and the count will move to 1 ball and 1 strike. Baeza 1-2 stride lead off of first. 1-2 pitch is a curveball grounded over to third. Carlson makes the play. The throw to second, way offline, as Boulware able to stop it. As we'll wait to see what that's marked up as, and that will go down as an E5, giving Tanner Carlson the error. So Baeza moves over to second. Brandenburg will take first,
No batting.
putting runners on first and second for the Glacier Pilots. No outs here in the top of the 6th inning. A reminder that this is a doubleheader game, so this game will only be 7 innings long. As White gets set and ready on the mound, and that will be bunted down right to Huff. Huff fields it, fires the first over Boulware's head, and now will go to right field. Justin Kirby having to track that down. 1 run scored, 2nd one coming, and he'll be in there safely. So 2 runs score, as Jackson O'Boy will take third on the error. So 2 runs score on that error by Cody Huff.
Now batting. Second
As well, it was supposed to be a sacrifice bunt, turns into an error that scores 2 and puts another runner on third. Pilots take a 6-3 lead now, and they're still threatening to score another one with a runner on third. First pitch to Malcolm Tipler in there for a called strike 1. Tipler 0 for 2 on the day, lined out into a double play in the 4th and struck out in the 2nd. Stands in now with the runner at third with the infield in. 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. 2 errors for the Miners in this inning, which has caused an increase to the Pilots' lead at 6-3. Infield playing in now to Tipler, down 0-2 in the count. 0-2 pitch misses way outside, and a good stop by Huff to keep it in front of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at third for the Glacier Pilots. as they now lead this one 6-3. Jack White stands in, 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, and the count will go to 2-2. Top of the lineup, waiting on deck. Dalen Clifton and George Mendizano. As White gets ready on the mound. 2-2 pitch on its way is fouled down the third base line. And the count will remain 2-2. Leadoff single by Baeza starts the inning off. Jordan Brandenburg reaches on an error to third. And Jackson O'Boy stands at third on the error by Cody Huff. Another foul ball by Tipler will keep the count at 2-2. White ready with the 2-2 pitch, and that's fouled back again. Third foul ball of this at-bat for Tipler to keep himself alive. As White kicks and deals the 2-2 offering, that will miss low for ball 3, and Tipler has worked this count to 3-2. Miners trail this one 6-3 here in the 6th. As Jack White ready with the payoff pitch that's popped up, and now will go out of play, and the count will remain full. Fourth foul ball of this at bat. 9th pitch on that one. 10th pitch of this at bat from Jack White will come on this one. Jack White ready with the payoff pitch. That'll miss inside for ball 4, and Tipler able to work hard for that one, and he'll take first on the walk. Top of the lineup now for the Pilots. As pitching coach Jeff Erlab will come out and have a talk with Jack White. And he'll point to the bullpen as it appears to be Grant Sloan. So we'll have more on Grant in a moment as the Miners are trying to get out of this one with runners at the corners. No outs here in the top of the 6th. Miners trail the Pilots 6-3. We'll be right back.
Coming to pitch for your Miners.
As Dalen Clifton heads to the right-handed batter's box. He'll have runners at the corners for the Pilots. Grant Sloan now in to pitch for the Miners. He is 2-2 on the season with a 3.93 ERA. In 13 appearances. This is his 14th appearance on the season. And he's pitched 16 innings for the Miners. He'll come in with runners at the corners. No outs with the top of the lineup for the Pilots coming to the plate. 0-1 pitch. Misses outside for ball one. The count leaving up at 1-1. Collecting 1 for 1 on the day. He walked in his first 2 plate appearances and singled in the 5th. He later scored in that 5th inning as he stands in here with an RBI opportunity. 1-1 pitch on its way. Fouled right off of his foot, and he takes a knee real quickly and stands right back up. Just trying to shake off that one, as that does not feel good. Lining one directly off of your foot. Now down the count 1-2. First and third playing in on the grass with second and short and double play depth as Sloan gets ready on the mound. 1-2 pitch on his way. Runner goes from first. That ball's in the dirt. There will be no throw to second as Tipler will steal the base easily, and the count will go to 2-2. They appealed the check swing. First base umpire said he did not go around. And so Sloan now stands up with runners at second and third. 2-2 pitch gets away from Huff, and that ball goes to the backstop. Jackson O'Boy will take home easily, and the Pilots will extend their lead 7-3. Tipler moves up 90 feet and now stands at third. Pilots 7, Miners 3 with a runner at third. No outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Clifton has worked his way to a full count here as Sloan trying to shut him down here. 3-2 pitch on its way is popped up to right. Justin Kirby under it. He'll make the catch. Tipler tags from third. The throw home will not be in time as Tipler will tag up and score on the sacrifice fly from Dalen Clifton. So first out of the inning with nobody on right now and 1 out. George Mendozona coming up to the plate. Mendozona so far on this ball game 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the 5th and a flyout in the 2nd, as well as being hit by pitch in the 1st. First pitch to him swung on and missed for strike 1 as that fastball blown right by him. As Sloan looks in, set and ready with the 0-1 pitch as that ball's lined into center field. Eric Webb under it and will make the catch for out number 2. So 1 pitch to get Mendozona swinging and lining out to center field as Garrett Spain will come up to the plate. Spain on the day, 3 strikeouts. Struck out looking in the 1st and 3rd and struck out swinging in the 5th as he stands in the 6th inning with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch to him runs inside to the backstop and will be ball 1 to him. 4 runs already come across in this inning for the Pilots as they now lead the Miners 8-3 in this one. 1-0 pitch from Sloan on its way in there for strike 1. Sloan set and ready on the mound with the 1-1 pitch as the off-speed pitch is in there for a called strike 2. Pilots struck first in this one, scoring 3 in the 2nd. Miners battling back to tie it up in the 3rd and 4th as the 1-2 pitch caught on the outside part of the plate for strike 3, and that'll be your inning. 4 runs for the Pilots. They'll leave no one on 1 hit as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's an 8-3 ball game in favor of the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. And here we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Pilots scoring 4 in the top of the inning, extending their lead to 8-3 as they have quite the cushion going into the last 2 innings. As the first pitch to Kirby, fouled straight back. And the count will go to no balls and 1 strike. Logan Thomason still in for the Pilots as he's working on his 2nd inning of work. Came in at the end of the 5th with 2 outs, with bases loaded, and struck Colin Montez out to end the inning. 0-1 pitch from him, misses off the dirt for ball 1, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Justin Kirby at the plate. Top of the lineup for the Miners due up in this inning, 1, 2, and 3. As the 1-1 pitch on its way popped up and out of play. Kirby down the count now, 1-2. Thomason gets his sign on the mound. Gets one he likes and kicks and deals the 1-2 pitch. As the curveball will miss low for ball 2 and the count leaving at 2-2. Thomason looks in again. Now dealing with the 2-2 count to Kirby. As that pitch is in there for strike 3. Got Kirby looking on the off-speed pitch to set him down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Thomason as Kobe Bulwer heads up to the plate. Bulwer stands in with nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pilots hold an 8-3 lead over the Miners, as the first offering to him will miss outside for ball 1. Pilots now hold a 1-game lead over the Miners in the standings, as they now stand in 2nd place. The Miners stand in 3rd, as the 1-0 pitch will miss low for ball 2. So if the season were to end after this ball game, which it does not, but the Pilots would be hosting for the playoffs. 2-0 pitch misses inside for ball 3, as Bulwer now ahead 3-0. After this game, Miners have a day off tomorrow, and then return to Herman Brothers Field on Sunday for a doubleheader against the Pilots. The 3-0 pitch misses inside for ball 4, so Bulwer will take a 4-pitch walk, and he'll stand on first. Bulwer's 3rd time reaching first safely, as he's 1 for 3 on the ball game. Eric Webb now stands in the right-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout in the 1st, a pop-up in the 3rd, and a ground out in the 4th. Bulwer stands over at first as the Miners trying to cut back on this 8-3 lead that the Pilots have over the Miners. First pitch to Webb. Bounces off the dirt. Bulwer will take second off the wild pitch. And now stands in scoring position for Eric Webb at the plate. One ball, no strikes to Eric Webb at the plate with one out and a runner on second. Aaron Walters stands on deck as the Miners trail 8-3 in this ball game. The 1-0 pitch on its way, grounded down the third base line. That will stay fair and go past George Mendozano's glove as Bulwer rounds third, heading for home, and Webb will take second. Bulwer will score, and now the game's at an 8-4 ball game. Eric Webb stands in on second with Aaron Walters coming to the plate. No official ruling on if that was an error or a single yet, as we'll wait and see the official ruling.
Your first baseman, number 15, Aaron Walters.
As Aaron Walters stands in at the plate. 8-4 ball game in favor of the Pilots, but Miners are threatening to score more here with the runner on second. They'll award Eric Webb with the single. Bulwer will come in to score off of that RBI double. And we have an 8-4 ball game. Walters stands in at the plate. 1-0 pitch on its way, and that's grounded on the first base line. Baeza will field it, call off the pitcher, and touch first base for out number 2. Webb will move 90 feet over to third.
Now batting, your catcher, number 17, Cody Huff.
As Cody Huff will stand in, as he's 1 for 1 on the ball game. Reached first safely in all 3 plate appearances, as he singled in the second and walked in the third and fifth inning. Stands in with the runner at third in an 8-4 ball game. Every run matters now for the Miners as they try to fight their way back into this ball game. First offering to Huff on its way, as the breaking ball is in there for strike 1. Logan Thomason stands in ahead in the count. Gets the sign he wants. 0-1 pitch. In there right over the plate on the outside corner for strike 2. Eric Webb chatting it up with George Mendozano over at third. He takes his lead. Cody Huff stands in with an 0-2 pitch on its way, as the curveball off-speed pitch misses inside for ball 1. Thomason stands in now, ahead in the count 1-2, as the 1-2 pitch fouled out of play, and the count will remain 1-2. 1 on, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Myers already getting 1 across on the Eric Webb double, bringing home Kobe Bulwer. Aaron Walters moved Webb over to third on the ground ball to the first base side, and Cody Huff now stands in with a man on third. Thomason ready with the 1-2. Misses inside, and the count will even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning at Herman Brothers Field. A good crowd here, despite the rain. As the 2-2 pitch from Thomason on his way, Huff fouled it off again, battling here in this at-bat with his second foul ball with a 2-2 count. Miners have 4 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. Pilots 8 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. As Webb takes his lead from third. Huff gets ready at the plate with the 2-2 pitch on its way. Fouled straight back again. As Huff really battling here until he sees something he likes. Miners trying not to lose 5 straight. As they're down here. Down to the Pilots by 4. 2-2 pitch on its way. Grounded over to short. Matotino fields it and fires over to first. Throw offline to Alex Baeza, but able to keep his foot on the bag for out number 3. So the Miners will leave one on. They'll get a run across, though, on one hit. And no errors. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Miners trail the Pilots 8-4. We're in the 7th here at Herman Brothers Field as the Miners trail the Pilots 8-4. As a new pitcher for the Miners is Connor Butler out of the University of Hawaii. He stands in against the 4-5-6 heart of the order for the Pilots, as he's trying to set them down 1-2-3 to give the Miners a chance in the bottom of the 7th. As the first pitch to Matt Otino is in there for a called strike 1. E.J. Andrews stands in on deck with Alex Baeza in the hole. As the 0-1 pitch from Butler popped up, as Cody Huff will run as far as he can, but that ball will go out of play right behind us in the press box. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs to Matt Otino at the plate. Blake Payton started this ball game off and pitched 4 innings. Handed over to Jack White in the 5th. Grant Sloan took over in the 6th, and now Connor Butler stands here in the 7th. 0-2 pitch from Butler on its way. Bounces off the dirt for ball 1. As Matt Otino 0 for 3 on the ball game. Otino, the deciding factor in Game 1 with the 2-run home run in the top of the 7th. As the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Otino showing some frustration after swinging and missing on that one, as he's down on strikes. And will be the inning's first out, as E.J. Andrews heads off to the plate. Ninth strikeout on the day for all the Miners pitching staff, as the first pitch to E.J. Andrews. It will be bounced off of Cody Huff's gear, and the count will go to 1 ball, no strikes. E.J. Andrews 0 for 1 in the ball game, as the 1-0 pitch checked his swing. They'll appeal over to first, and he says he did not go, as the count will move to 2-0. 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Was hit by pitch in the third and walked in the second. 2-0 pitch on its way, popped up as Tanner Carlson will run in foul territory. Will get under it and make the catch in the gravel down the third base side for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for Connor Butler on the mound. Bringing up Alex Baeza. Baeza 2 for 3. And he singled and later scored in the second, and singled and later scored in the 6th. As he is what started that deadly 6th inning for the Miners. First pitch to him, popped up in the infield. Kobe Boulware barely having to move, as he'll retreat a little bit and get under it to make the catch for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pilots. No runs, no hits, and no errors with no runners left on. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. The Miners' last chance in this one, as the Pilots lead the Miners 8-4. Ricky Martinez coming in for Tanner Carlson here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Miners' last chance in this one, as they try to battle back a 4-run lead for the Pilots. First pitch on its way to Martinez will miss for ball 1. Logan Thomason in for his 3rd inning of work for the Glacier Pilots, as the 1-0 pitch from on the way misses outside for ball 2. Martinez works ahead early on in the count, 2-0. As the University of Baylor baseball player stands in for the Miners. Martinez set and ready in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him, crushed to left field. Going back is E.J. Andrews. He'll watch that ball goodbye, as Ricky Martinez, a leadoff home run for the Matsu Miners, as he'll home run and score the Miners' 5th run of this ball game and cut the deficit to 3. Bringing up Tyler Porter, as Porter's 2 for 3 on the ball game. Singled and later scored in the 4th inning and doubled in the 5th as he stands in here, and he's been red hot in this ball game. First pitch to him, misses outside for ball 1. Miners now trail the Pilots 8-5 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Leadoff home run by Ricky Martinez. As a good substitution there by Tyler LeBrun, as the 1-0 pitch will miss for ball 2. Back-to-back at-bats where Thomason has gotten behind early 2-0 as he's ready with the 2-0 pitch, and that ball is fouled down the third base line, out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Miners trail 8-5 as they try to not fall behind to the Pilots 2 games back now. 2-1 pitch on its way, misses inside for ball 3, and Porter now has a hitter's count at 3-1. Pioneers Peak now fully viewable here at Herman Brothers Field, although it is an overcast sky, as the 3-1 pitch will miss for ball 4. So leadoff man in this inning hits a home run, followed by Tyler Porter getting a walk, bringing up Kaden Hogan, as the pitching coach for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots will come out and have a word with Thomason here. And in the situation for the Miners as they're trying to battle back here, Brandon, what do you want to see from Kaden Hogan at the plate here?
Well, just want to see patience here at the plate. Really still a 3-run ball game, so any base runner counts here. You just want to get the base runners. Don't try to force the issue too much. Obviously, a home run by Ricky Martinez certainly helps, but again, don't try to force things too much. 1 base runner at a time. You're still down 3 runs. Nobody out. Just be patient and wait for a good pitch to hit.
As the mound visit is over, as they start to warm up an arm in their bullpen. Kaden Hogan now stands in the right-handed batter's box with a runner on first. His teammate at Long Beach State, Tyler Porter. Colin Montez stands in on deck as Thomason gets set and ready on the mound. Checks Porter over at first, gets set and ready on the mound. First pitch to Hogan on its way, swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, and no outs. An 8-5 ball game in favor of the Pilots. Pilots took game 1 3-0. As Myers are trying to avoid the 2-game sweep today, as the 0-1 pitch grounded down the third baseline foul, and a nice barehanded catch by a member of the Pilots team in the dugout. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Tyler Porter gets his lead off of first. Hogan ready by the plate. Thomason will fire over to first to keep Porter honest, as Myers are trying to avoid the doubleheader sweep here at Herman Brothers Field. In their last doubleheader here, they were swept by the Anchorage Bucks, as the 0-2 pitch will hit the inside part of the plate. A good off-speed pitch by Thomason to set Hogan down on strikes. First out of the inning, bringing up Colin Montez to the plate.
Now batting your left fielder, number 29, Colin Montez.
1 out, 1 runner on for Colin Montez. 2 for 3 on the ball game with a single and a double, and struck out in the 5th. Settles in here in the 7th inning. First pitch popping him up as the catcher Daniel Mendez will run as far as he can and unable to make the catch. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Colin Montez standing in at the plate. That's Thomason trying to work his way and finish this ball game off for the Pilots. 0-1 pitch. Popped in the left field. Running back is E.J. Andrews. He'll retreat under it and make the catch for out number 2. So Miners now down to their last out with Justin Kirby top of the lineup coming to the plate.
Right fielder number 6, Justin Kirby.
Kirby on the day, 0 for 3. Was able to have a sacrifice fly in the 4th to bring home a runner. But he stands in here, the Miners' last out with a runner on first. 8-5 ball game in favor of the Pilots. Thomason on the mound. Looks up and down and fires in, will plunk Justin Kirby for a 1-pitch hit by pitch as he misses inside on the off speeder. Kirby will take first, now the tying run coming to the plate. Kirby stands at first, Tyler Porter stands in at second. Kobe Boulware stands in here, trying to keep the rally in the valley going here. Runners at first and second, where the inning started off with a solo home run by Ricky Martinez. First pitch to Boulware misses outside. Runners on first and second, 2 outs in an 8-5 ball game. Boulware 1 for 3 on the ball game. Thomason stands in, the 0-1 pitch bounces off the dirt and to the backstop as Porter and Kirby will move up 90 feet. Porter stands in at third. Kirby stands in at second. Tying run is Kobe Boulware at the plate. So Miners fighting here to stay alive. Down by 3 in the bottom half of the last inning. Boulware stands in at the plate. 2 runners in scoring position, now 2 outs. Thomason shakes the first sign he's given off, agrees with the second one. Ready to belt with the 2-0 offering. As that ball's crushed down the third base line, but that will go out of play for strike 1. Eric Webb stands in on deck as Boulware stands in. Ahead 2-1. Thomason ready, the 2-1 pitch. Off speeder missing inside. Same pitch that hit Kirby, but not as inside as that one just misses. And Boulware now has a hitter's count at 3-1. Thomason stands in now, ready. Will re-toe the mound. And looking to get his sign from Oh Boy behind the plate. Kirby stands in at second. Porter stands in at third. Thomason ready with the 3-1 pitch. That will miss inside for ball 4. Boulware now stands at first with the bases loaded in the game-winning run with Eric Webb coming up to the plate. And if you guys remember this one on June 17th,
Now batting, your center fielder,
Miners with a tie ball game. In their last inning with bases loaded with Eric Webb at the plate, a walk-off grand slam for him. Has a relatively the same situation here. All the bases are covered with Eric Webb at the plate of the game-winning run. And the home plate umpire will call a balk. So Tyler Porter will come home from third. Kirby will move to third. And Kobe Boulware will move to second on the balk. As the home plate umpire will come and meet with Thomason on the mound. And appears an injury situation here. So the Pilots will come to their bullpen here in this situation. No pitches thrown to Webb yet. But the Miners are 1 run closer to tying this ball game up. They're now down 2 runs with runners at second and third. 2 outs with Eric Webb at the plate. We'll have more on the upcoming pitcher for the Pilots in the bottom half of this 7th inning. Cody Kirkman now in the pitch for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, making his 11th appearance on the year. 2-2 for the Pilots in 2 games started, with 28 and a third innings pitched with a 5.40 ERA. He's coming in with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Tying run stands in at second. Winning run stands at the plate. Eric Webb stands in ready. First pitch to him. Off-speeder misses inside for ball 1. Kirby stands in at third. Boulware stands in at second. Eric Webb at the plate, 1 for 4 on the evening. The 1-0 pitch on its way. Misses outside for ball 2. As the fans here at Herman Brothers' feet are on their toes, as this game has suddenly gotten interesting here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Second and third, 2 outs for the Miners. 2-0 pitch on its way. Misses outside again for ball 3. Webb ahead in the count now, 3-0. 3 straight balls out of the bullpen for Cody Kirkman. As the Northern State University right-handed pitcher comes in to pitch for the Pilots. 3-0 pitch from him on the way. Will miss upstairs for ball 4. So now the game-winning run stands in at first. Aaron Walters now coming to the plate. Bases are loaded here. Justin Kirby at third, Kobe Bowler at second, and Eric Webb stands in at first. Aaron Walters at the plate, 0 for 4, on the ball game. Has an RBI to his name though. Stands in with 2 outs. First pitch to him, fouled straight back. The count moves to no balls and 1 strike. Bases juiced here for the Miners in the bottom half of the 7th inning. As Walters stands in. 0-1 pitch to him on the way. Grounded to the first baseman, Alex Baeza. He'll throw over to first in time for out number 3, and that'll be your ball game. So Pilots win this one 8-6. They'll take both games today and now hold a solid position in second place. We'll have post-game interviews with one of the members of the Miners coaching staff up here shortly for the post-game show, as the Miners fall 8-6 in this ball game. Miners off tomorrow, but back here on Sunday for another doubleheader, as the Pilots extend their lead to 2 games in second place. As that was quite the ball game going up until the 7th inning. Final score here at Herman Brothers Field, 8-6 for Brandon Monty. This has been Nick Velan. We'll have the post-game show up here shortly, and we thank you for joining us here for a great day for baseball in Alaska. We hope you guys have a great night and hope to see you on Sunday.